Antonio says, I used to put my orders in blind and setting fixed stop loss and fixed take profits, both based on volatility structure. I don't know what volatility structure is. Oh, based on volatility, comma, structure. If it's fixed, right? It's not actually based on. Anyways, I don't know exactly what you mean by that. Letting the market run to either take profit or stop loss. Zero management on your part. But lately, I've found out that although I have ideas that work out, I often don't get fills on my limit orders. Before this intensive, I used to avoid putting market orders and getting out on market exits because I think I'm not good at making fast decisions in the moment. Right now, trying to push myself more into it. Do you think that now that I understand narrative more and have a lot of good ideas, it's good to push myself more into market entries, exits, reacting off market, even though I don't think it's my strong point? The answer is probably not, right? I take it you understand yourself well and your strengths and your weaknesses, and I think you should listen to that. It doesn't hurt to experiment, though, right? You're obviously a developing trader trying to figure this thing out. Experiment with it, right? Maybe just do it on sim where it's not going to hurt you financially. New traders should explore things. That should be a very important part without jumping around from flower to flower every time the wind blows, right? That's a problem. But exploring things that you know that work for some people, right? Exploring different ways of trade management within the NADRO framework, exploring different uses of how you like to construct maybe some of the narratives, some of your favorite timeframes to lean the most on, how you love to actually fade markets. It's taking another scale out there in the S&P. You love the fade markets, or you really love to go with imbalances, or whatever that case may be, right? At the same time, it's cool to work on your weaknesses, right? We shouldn't just, as we know, we show up as natural human traders. We suck at trading in general. Show up and work on some things that you're not good at and try to push yourself. So I'm all for it, but it depends on how well you know yourself. But I say experiment, figure it out, see if it's truly terrible, not just after one session, but really try to develop it. Now, the way I do what you're seeing me do is extremely discretionary, right? It's not like I have a set of rules. I have a set of frameworks that I'm operating on, right? I don't have a set of rules that we could maybe code up an algo to execute the way I do. Can't do it. Not going to happen, right? I'm operating at an absolute human, level of discretion, but within frameworks, right? I can, like, for example, the past couple of days, we've had different dissonance areas or whatnot, and I've just walked you through my thinking on it and the logic that I had for doing what I was doing. Doesn't mean that it was the absolute right answer. Doesn't mean that there's not another way to think about it or approach it, but that was, my approach at the time. So it's important for new traders to try things, but you don't have to push yourself into doing that, especially if you feel very much more comfortable and aligned with your own strengths and weaknesses, approaching it in a different way. What you might do first, because it sounds like your only beef with the way that you're doing things is that a lot of times your targets aren't getting hit, and probably you're ending up, with a stop loss. So what you're really kind of complaining about here is not protecting some profits. So scaling out can help with that. Creating a process-driven way of trade management in terms of in certain situations? Are you going to move a stop in your favor? Developing a process for doing that. All those things are things that you can try and you can work on developing skills around.